Right, I need you to do me just a wee favour. Okay, just a wee favour. Forget all the AI headlines that you've seen this week. Just forget them, okay? Forget the latest chatbot, all the other fancy AI models that's going about. Just forget about everything, okay? Forget about the benchmark scores, okay? Because I am genuinely think everyone has missed the biggest AI announcement of the week. You've missed it. It's gone. Because the crazy part, it wasn't even a product launch. Okay, that's the crazy part of this is it wasn't a $1 billion founding round. It wasn't a new model from OpenAI, Anthropics, Google. It was a blog post. Okay, a blog post. And it came from Cloudflare. Now, I know exactly what you're thinking. Chris, how can a blog post be possibly bigger news than Fable 5 coming back to the public? Because this isn't about AI becoming smarter, it's about how AI is going to pay for things. And I genuinely believe this is the future of the internet. So grab a coffee because this one is going to be a rabbit hole. And I think it's one that everyone building in AI needs to understand. Okay? So let's rewind for a second. For the last 25-ish years, the internet has worked in pretty predictable way. The human opens up Google, they search for something, they click on a website. That website might show adverts. It might sell a product or service. Maybe they ask you to subscribe to their newsletter. Maybe they have some affiliate links. Maybe they sell some software. Whatever it is, right? It doesn't really matter. The human visits it. That's the point of the story. And the website earns money. Simple. Okay, the whole internet ecosystem has been built around one thing. Okay, human attention. The people who visit, the more money you can make, either through adverts, through product services, or whatever, right? But AI has completely changed that. Now, think about how you use ChatGPT, whatever you're using for. You ask questions, it gives you the answers, okay? You don't necessarily visit 10 different websites anymore. The AI has already done that work for you. Now, imagine where we're heading. We're moving into a world where AI agents won't just answer questions, they'll book holidays, compare insurance, order stock, negotiate prices. It's already right software. It manages businesses, talk to other AI systems. And here's the most important part, okay? And the most important bit is most of those interactions won't involve humans looking at a web page. In fact, very little of it will. And because of that, that changes everything, okay? That changes everything. Now, here's the problem that we're facing. Imagine you've spent years building an incredible website. You've written thousands and thousands of articles. You've created brilliant documentation. You've built an API. You've invested money. You've hired staff. You've built something genuinely valuable. Then millions of AI systems start reading your content because it's content rich your website. They start using your API. They start learning from your work. But not one single person visits your website anymore. Nobody clicks on your advert. Nobody buys through your landing page. Your landing page is pointless now. Your ClickFunnels page is pointless because the AI just takes the information and it moves on. It just moves on. And eventually your revenue disappears because you've got a couple of Google adverts, don't get money from that. And what if creators stop earning? They stop creating, and that's bad for everyone because AI only works if there's still amazing content being created. So we have needed a way for AI to access information. while making sure people who built that information can still earn money, because that's still important. And this is where Cloudflare announcement gets interesting. So what has Cloudflare built? Well, Cloudflare's announcement called the Monetization Gateway. Now, let me keep this really simple, okay? Imagine you own an API. Today, somebody signs up, they create an account, they add a credit card, and they get an API key. And they start paying pennies for each API call. That works fine, okay? So, when the customer is a human developer, that's great. But when the customer isn't a human developer, what if it's an AI agent? What if your AI assistant needs weather data? Or it needs some legal information, or some mapping, translation, maybe some live pricing, stock availability, or specialist AI model. It can't really stop every 30 seconds ask for a human type in a password or pull out a credit card. That doesn't scale. Instead, Cloudflare is helping build a world where those requests can be paid for automatically using an open standard like X402. And X402 isn't a new thing. The AI requests access, payments verified. The service responds all within seconds. And guess what? There's no human involved. That's a completely different way of thinking about the web. Now, this is why it's bigger than you think it is, okay? And people are massively underestimating this. Everyone gets excited by the AI itself, okay? The chatbots, the image generators, the coding assistants. But history tells us something interesting. The companies that often make the biggest impact aren't necessarily the ones with the flashiest products. So, sometimes there are companies building the infrastructure. And think about roads, think about highways, motorways. They aren't exciting. Electricity isn't exciting. Payment networks definitely are not exciting. Cloud hosting, that's just boring, it's just servers. But without them, none of the exciting stuff exists. And that's how I see this. If AI agents become normal, they're going to need a way to discover services, request services, authenticate themselves, and pay. This is a part of the foundation. Now, you might be asking yourself, why Cloudflare? Who are Cloudflare? What do they do? Google them. You'll be well surprised at what they do. They're pretty big infrastructure when it comes to the World Wide Web. And you probably are using Cloudflare today. You've probably used something that uses Cloudflare. In fact, if you've been on Google, it uses Cloudflare. Quite crazy that. Now, let's imagine 5 years from now. So close your eyes for a second. Imagine it's 5 years from now. Okay? You wake up and you tell your AI, I want to take my family on a holiday. Your AI will speak to other AI. That AI will check flights. Other AI will check hotels. One of them will check for transfers. The other one compares insurance, checks you've got insurance. There'll be another one that gets currencies. There'll be another one checks the weather, and then it works together. Then there'll be another one that books restaurants and gives you recommendations. And every single one of those are service charges, and the service charges a tiny amount. Not you, but the AI. And the machines paying the machines thousands, possibly millions. I'm probably going to say it's probably going to hit paying into the trillions, if I'm honest with you, eventually. And all they're paying is hundreds and billions and trillion automated transactions are happening every single day. And that's not science fiction anymore, okay? It's already happening just now, okay? There's already API calls that you pay pennies to have buttons for. Sometimes you pay $1 for an API call. Sometimes you're paying half a penny, half a cent for API call. Now, that's the pieces of the future that are already being built. And that's why I think this matters. Now, if you're building software, don't just think about humans using it. And I say this over and over. So if you're using Replit, ask Agent, can you think about AI finding my website? It'll build a very good website for you. So you've got to think about AI using it. Could other AI consume your API? Could it pay it automatically? Could it buy access? Could it subscribe? Could it use your services without a human touching it? Because I honestly believe that's where a huge amount of opportunity is going to come from. The next unicorn companies might not be built around apps people open. They might be built around services AI agents buy from each other. That is a completely different mindset. So, when I read the Cloudflare blog post, I didn't see either future announcement or a great feature that they were offering. I saw the beginning of a new internet economy, one where AI isn't just creating content, it isn't just writing code, it's not just answering questions, it's becoming a customer. And once AI becomes a customer, the internet has to change. Now, Cloudflare isn't guaranteed to dominate this space. No word on that. Other companies will almost certainly build competing approaches, and no one knows exactly how quickly machine-to-machine payments will become mainstream. But I do think this announcement points towards a direction of travel that's hard to ignore. This isn't just about one company. It's about recognising that the web we've known for the last 25 years was designed for people. The next version of the web will increasingly be designed for software acting on behalf of people. And if you're building a business today, that's probably one of the biggest mindset shifts you can make. So, if you found this interesting, let me know in the comments. Do you think AI agents paying other AI agents is the future? Or am I getting way too excited about a blog post? Personally, I don't think I am. I think we're watching the foundations of the next internet being laid right in front of us. And I think in the next, I'm going to say 5 years, this is going to be a conversation of it already happening, because some people in Silicon Valley are already talking about it. I was literally only at a conference with some very big payment processors who they were talking about it, and they were talking about how they need to prepare their network for extinction. There's already a big change happening in Europe where Visa and MasterCard are worried about their future. And I think they should be, because we are very soon going to have AI speaking to AI, and it's going to be a very big change in the full way that we start paying for things and how things get paid for. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you found this interesting, what your opinions are on it. But till next time, ta-ta!